Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to share a little bit and hopefully create a little bit of change in each listener's body and mind. My name is Suzanne Jeffreys. I'm the founder of Tai Chi with Suze. And for about 25 years, I've been sharing Tai Chi as a way to relax, recharge, and rebalance so that we can stress less and succeed with more ease. I am passionate about serving families, moms with kids who are working hard, even entrepreneurs or business owners who really want to create a better world one step at a time, but stress really holds them back. Now, how do I know about this? Well, I have a lot of personal experience with it because let me take you back to about 30 years ago. Back then, I was sitting in my children's martial arts class. They were really little. And I was sitting on the sidelines with all the other parents, but unlike the parents that were there around me, I was eyes closed, head in my hands. I was completely overwhelmed and stressed. I kind of felt like I was at my breaking point. And I was just so overwhelmed with being a mom, working full time as a first grade teacher. I was recently divorced, just struggling to pay the bills. I had started my own business on the side. And on top of it all, I wanted to be a really good mom because that was my most important focus. However, it was a huge struggle and I just didn't know when it was ever going to change. Someone next to me all of a sudden said, "Hey, are you okay?" I kind of came back to where I was and I just put on a little smile and said, "Oh, I'm fine, just a little tired." But actually I wasn't fine. I really was tired. I was really tired of pretending that everything was okay. And I don't know if that's ever happened to any of y'all, but I bet there have been moments in your life where you're just struggling and pretending, but everything's not okay. So if that resonates with you, I hope that this serves you and helps you get past that point. I was sitting there feeling awful and depleted and a little embarrassed, to be honest. And all of a sudden I heard this beautiful music coming from the other classroom. So I peeked into it and I saw all these people moving together in this harmonious, slow motion flow. It was absolutely mesmerizing. And I just was fascinated with it. All of a sudden, the instructor sees me and waves me in. Well, it was too embarrassed to walk out. So I turned around and I just joined in. And within minutes, my stress began to leave my body. My shoulders, which have been probably way up here, began to relax down. And I felt better. I felt really good. I felt a part of this flow. At the end of class, we did this bow, harmony of body and mind. And I was like, hey, I am all in. Harmony of body and mind. This sounds amazing. So I continued to study Tai Chi and to play with it. And what I found was that I stressed less. I felt better. I felt a lot happier. And as I let go of the stress and I learned how to create more balance in my life, even my kids noticed. Even they were like, wow, Mom, you're a lot more fun to be around now. And here's a really crazy thing. That business I've been struggling to build on the side, it finally took off because everything was flowing in a better balance. So for the last 25 years, it's been my honor and my privilege to share Tai Chi with business owners, parents, entrepreneurs, anyone who's struggling in life so that they can stress less and succeed with more ease. Because what I know for sure is that this world needs each one of us who has the heart to serve and to help. We can make a huge impact on the world, starting with ourselves and then going forward with our families and those around us. So let's go back to nourishing the body and mind. What I will share about that is that I feel like there's two really important things that are sometimes overlooked. One, so often we're filled up with junk. We're filled up with toxic thoughts, toxic foods, poor health. And on the other hand, a lot of times we don't have enough of the good stuff because we're so filled up with the junk. This is where Tai Chi can come in. It all starts with learning to release that which does not serve and to cultivate more of that which does serve. So we empty out so that we can fill up. Breathing is absolutely a beautiful way to begin that. And I'll share just a moment a couple of simple breathing exercises that can help. But let me tell you why this resonated with me so much. I learned not only that life is precious, which I knew, but I also learned that I was precious and that the stress was just eating me alive. I don't know if you've ever felt that way, but if you've ever felt that way, especially in today's world with the coronavirus and with stay in place and shelter in place and quarantine, listen, we're always going to have stress in life, but today there's an unusual amount of stress. What I know to be true, there will always be stress in life, but it's how we learn to manage it that makes all the difference. And when we learn to manage that stress, rather than resisting and fighting and trying to push and force, then everything changes and everything gets easier. So the thing that really caught my eye, really caught my attention with Tai Chi. By the way, Tai Chi is an 1800-year-old ancient martial art from China. And it's a little different from many martial arts because it's what we call an internal martial art. Now, unlike other martial arts like Kung Fu, Karate, Taekwondo, which are like amazing, by the way, I've studied those as well, Tai Chi doesn't depend on us being stronger or more powerful or blocking. Tai Chi is all about cultivating that inner quiet, that inner peace and harmony so that we can conserve our energy. We can, rather than resisting things, we can just kind of shift the flow of the energy and send it around so that we don't waste our energy. Here's why this is so important. Stress is a huge waste of energy. Our energy is so important. Here's why. In the Chinese philosophy, 1800 years ago, when Tai Chi was founded, and even to this day, the idea was that we're all born with a specific amount of qi, which is life energy. And it's finite. It's, let's say you have this much. And the only cause of death is that we used it all up, like we ran out of gas. So when we think about that, all right, the only cause of death is that I used up my qi. Well, that means qi is pretty important. From this perspective, for example, it's not that someone died from a heart attack, it's that they did not have enough qi to recover from the heart attack. Or they didn't die from, being hit by a car, God forbid. It's that they didn't have enough energy, enough qi to recover from that. If we think about that, that actually makes sense, because I'm sure, just like me, you all know people who have had heart attacks and survived, or been hit by cars and survived. So our qi is very, very precious. And when we learn how to protect our qi, and not only protect it, but also cultivate more, it's a huge change in life and everything comes more easily, whether it's our relationships, it's better health, or it's improving our businesses, whatever our goals are. So with Tai Chi, what we can do is we can learn how to protect our energy by releasing stress. Stress is actually the #1 challenge that we face in our health today. It is the #1 cause of disease worldwide, and it's caused by a couple of different things. In a nutshell, it's too many toxins, whether they're mental toxins, toxic thoughts, or toxins that our body is exposed to through food or pollution or whatever. So stress, inflammation, comes from two things: too many toxins and not enough nutrients. So when we learn how to release the toxins and let them go, empty out, kind of emptying our cup, and we learn to fill up with the good stuff, whether it's positive thoughts that do serve, coming from love for ourselves and for others, or it's healthy food that serves our body on a cellular level, it all serves, and it helps us not only stop wasting our precious qi, it also helps us to create more qi. So about 10 years ago, I became a certified nutrition therapist because, I don't know about you, I am all about food. And I really learned that the Tai Chi philosophy is applied to nutrition as well. In other words, we want to get rid of the junk and put the good stuff in. If we're filled up with junk, our body's working so hard to release the toxins. Here's a little interesting fact. Every cell in our body has a purpose. Our brain cells are for thinking, our skin cells are for covering our body, protecting our body, holding things together. Our digestive cells are for digesting. But did you know that every single cell, a huge purpose that every cell in our body has is to release toxins? Huge. So when we are full of toxins, or we have too many, and we can't control all the toxins we're exposed to, but we can make some smart choices to minimize them. When we're full of lots of toxins, the cellular energy of every single cell is depleted from its main job to getting rid of the toxins. So literally every cell gets exhausted and overwhelmed with trying to let go of that toxic overload. So that's why it's so important for us not only to feed ourselves with the good stuff, but also get rid of the junk. It goes back to conserving our chi and creating more energy so that we can really thrive. I don't know about you, but I want to have an impact on this world. I want to help other people to succeed more, especially business owners and entrepreneurs, because I do believe that truly it's the businesses, owners, and entrepreneurs that have the potential to make an enormous impact and shift the world into a better place. So what does this mean? Well, what this means is we learn to relax, to let go of stress. We learn to recharge, to re-energize, and then we learn to rebalance and apply those techniques, the philosophies and ideas into our daily life. Let me give you an example. The best way to begin to relax, because by the way, if someone says, oh, just relax, what do? We get more stiff, more tense, right? We can't just relax because someone tells us to, but we can initiate relaxation with our breath. Our breath is our body's way of releasing tension and stress, and it's enormously effective. We just have to remember to breathe deeply. So let's just take a few moments together and breathe deeply. In Tai Chi, it's a little bit different from some other types of deep breathing. In Tai Chi, we breathe in through the nose to fill our center and out through the mouth to empty. In through the nose to fill and out through the mouth to empty. Let's take some deep breaths together. I'll invite you to find your center of energy, your center of gravity, and your center of power by taking your thumb and placing it gently in your belly button and laying your palm on your abdomen. Your center is 2 to 3 inches inside your body, right beneath your hands. And as we inhale deeply, we fill that center, gathering, filling. When we exhale fully, it empties out. We inhale to fill and exhale to empty. Now, if you're like me, if you're sitting up tall, you can feel your center expanding and contracting. It's kind of like this. We inhale to fill, exhale to empty. Breathing in and out. Let's take one more deep breath together. Breathing in and out. We're breathing deeply to relax the body, quiet the mind, and to smooth out the energy. So with Tai Chi, this is a beautiful way to connect, to harmonize the body and the mind. There's a lot of ancient wisdom in Tai Chi that applies beautifully to today. I kind of call them life hacks, because this beautiful ancient wisdom is more relevant today than at any other time. One of the first basic principles is to relax, literally to use the breath to find a way to release that tension that's eating up our energy. Number 2, posture. Align our body as we relax in the proper posture. And what that may mean to you, it could be sitting up a little taller. It might be holding the head up a little higher, bringing the shoulders back to open the heart a little bit more. Or it may be in a more general sense in terms of life. Perhaps we find a structure that serves us. Perhaps it's a manner of eating that nourishes our body. Perhaps it's a schedule, especially in these times where life's a little chaotic. Perhaps it's a schedule that we implement so that we can have some structure that we can relax into. You know, when things are chaotic in life, it's so important to have a structure that we can relax into so that we can stress less, balance more, and succeed with more ease. With Tai Chi, I've found it's a beautiful paradigm for all kinds of simple ways that applies to every aspect of life. And whether you are someone who has never done any kind of breath work or body work, maybe you consider yourself to be uncoordinated, Tai Chi is a beautiful way to start harmonizing the body and the mind and filling up with the good stuff, releasing the stuff that doesn't serve. Or maybe you're someone who, has played with some yoga, you're pretty self-aware, maybe you're a martial artist, but you've only dabbled a little bit here and there. You haven't really had the opportunity to cultivate these habits and these techniques in your life, in your business, in your relationships. Or maybe you're someone who is a yogi master or a martial arts expert. Tai Chi can absolutely take it up to the next level, enhancing so it's easier to create more success with less stress. So I don't know about you, but I can find a way to relax, to recharge, and then to rebalance and apply it to life. I've found huge changes and huge shifts, and it is a huge honor for me to be able to share that with people all around the world. I've been sharing Tai Chi with thousands of people around the world for about 25 years. And what I know to be true is that when we apply these simple principles, even just breathing deeply, that we can change our world in an instant. So we don't have to worry about the things we cannot control. We can focus on that which we can control, and that is managing our stress so that we can thrive and prosper as we do our best to make this world a better place. If you'd like to learn more about Tai Chi, I have Tai Chi online courses. I have some wonderful free 5-day harmony of body and mind challenges. I would love to serve. And let me just close with this. 30 years ago, I was a complete stress mess. I was out of balance. I was struggling. Life seemed really awful, really hard. And I didn't know if it was ever going to change. Fast forward to now, I have a beautiful family. We live in a beautiful place, and I'm able to serve so many people with these simple techniques. I've been able to help so many people transition into a better part of their life relatively quickly, so they feel good and they look good and they can do good. So I would be so honored to be able to help you along your wellness journey, whether it's learning how to nourish your body or your mind, or perhaps both, so that you can be that special person and do the good in the world that you're meant to do. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate your time. And here's to your harmony of body and mind.